So guys, if you've been watching our last videos, you should be able to understand stock charts a little bit more. And definitely, you all should be more confident in taking trades and being able to spot high probability setups that you guys can absolutely bank off of. But you don't know it all just yet, so please, don't get ahead of yourselves. Not just yet. Now, in my experience and having taught plenty of beginner investors and traders, they learn to use a couple indicators, they learn to read some basic candlestick patterns, and they start thinking they're the Wolf of Wall Street. The fact that these beginners are learning to trade and learning to invest, this is lovely. I love to hear it, I love to see it. But this is dangerous. It's very dangerous having few capabilities and being overly confident. Especially with these markets that'll chew you up, spit you out, and they can make any seasoned professional look like an amateur within minutes. On a lighter note though, that's why I'm here to help you guys become proficient traders and on your journey to becoming a very successful trader and investor on top of that. Now, on this journey, beginner traders and beginner investors, you'll have to learn to make split decisions between whether or not a stock is looking bullish or bearish, so that you can avoid buying the tops, selling the bottoms, and of course trading against momentum. And I know guys, at this point you're probably sitting here wondering,
well Frank, you're here to help us out. You keep talking about this, what beginner traders can do, what they can't do. What indicator or strategy do you have for us that will just help so much?
Got something for you guys. So my friends, let me introduce you all to an indicator that is absolutely crucial called the MACD. Before we really break it down, you first need to know what it means. MACD, MACD, stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. What this MACD is, it's a trend following momentum indicator. And what the MACD does is it will show you all the relationship between two moving averages and the security's price. And really what that means is that it's going to show you all the relationship between the security and the MACD, showing you whether or not the setup is bullish or bearish. I know I have plenty of math people out there, the statisticians, the analysts who really want to get into the nitty and gritty of how do you calculate the MACD. Well, if you pull up your trading view, your stock chart, whatever it is, where it automatically does the indicator and you're trying to figure out, okay, how's this calculated? It's fairly simple. It's simply calculated by taking the 26 period exponential moving average and subtracting this from the 12 period exponential moving average. The final result is what we in the investing and trading community refer to as the MACD line. Now, of course, we're not just going to be using the MACD line. Oh, no. There's a little bit more to it. So on top of this actual MACD line that's going to be plotted for you, nice and easy to look at, there's also going to be a 9 EMA that's plotted on top of this MACD line to be able to signal to you all as traders and investors whether or not at this point in time is your security bullish or is it bearish. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? Is it time to sit on cash, sit on your hands and just analyze the markets? If you're looking at it from the investor or trading point of view and you're trying to figure out, okay, should I buy stock X right now? Should I sell stock X right now? All you have to do is simply see if the MACD line is crossing above your signal line. Again, this 26 period EMA that has been subtracted from this 12 EMA is going to be your MACD line. If this crosses above the 9 or 9-day EMA, that's going to signal to you this is a bullish signal. It's time to buy. If this same MACD line crosses below our signal line, then that's going to tell us it's time to sell. Fairly simple, am I right? Now guys, when you're pulling up your MACD on a trading application like TradingView and you're saying, okay, well, let me look at the stock chart. Let me use what Frank said and see if the MACD is telling me if it's a buy or a sell right now at the stock I'm looking at. Well, besides the MACD line and the signal line, you're also going to see a histogram at the very bottom of your MACD or below your MACD and signal lines. What this histogram will show you is that there's either increasing bullish volume or decreasing bearish volume, and it'll also show you in terms of, is the bullish volume very strong, very weak? Is the bearish volume very strong, very weak? How are you going to know this? Well, the histogram of course has different bars like a bar chart, right? As the bars increase in length, that means that the bullish volume or the bearish volume is increasing. Similar to a regular candlestick pattern, we're going to have green indicating to us that there's a lot of bullish volume or very minimal bullish volume, and we're going to have red indicating to us that there's a lot of bearish volume or very minimal bearish volume. Of course, when you're looking at this histogram below your MACD and signal lines, the greater in length, so the longer that these histogram bars are, that means that there is either more bullish or more bearish volume. And of course, the darker the shading, so if it's dark green, that means that it's very bullish, a lot of bullish volume. If it's light green, it's not as bullish, it's not so much bullish volume. And the same thing goes on the bearish side of things. So the longer the length, the more selling volume there is, and the darker the shading. So if it's very dark red, a lot of selling volume, a lot of selling pressure. And if it's light red, maybe we're going to head into a reversal to the upside and the selling volume is fairly weak. Altogether, what I just went over with you guys was the moving average part and really how to read the MACD part. And before I get into the final parts of the MACD with you all, if you've enjoyed the video up to this point, you really like the information, leave me a like, leave a comment too, and if you really want to join in, really start maximizing your gains in the stock markets, learning a little bit more about how to trade, how to invest, and become even a professional trader, you know we'll help you out at Cobbs Capital. Our link to our Discord is in the description. So away from everything that I've just told you guys about how to use the MACD, what it signals to you all, and really just how to calculate it, there's the final part of that MACD, which is convergence and divergence. Now, off the rip, convergence and divergence, they seem like some very complicated words, like, oh, what does this mean? How can I use it? What kind of indicator are they doing here? Guys, it's fairly simple. Let me break it down real quick. Convergence simply means that the MACD line and the signal line are moving closer and closer together. They're converging upon one another. If the MACD converges and crosses above the signal line, like I mentioned, when you see the MACD line crossing above the signal line, that's considered to be bullish convergence. Now, if the MACD line is converging and looking to cross below the signal line, that would then be bearish convergence. Divergence is basically when the MACD line and the signal lines are diverging from one another and moving far, far apart. So you'll see this between the two lines, and you'll see that they're moving far apart and they're very spaced out. Bullish divergence is basically when you're going to see that the MACD line has fully moved far apart from your signal line, and this is going to let you know that we are fully into a bullish move and the upside is clear skies ahead. Hey, if you're into calls, if you're in on the long side, good for you, because we are making money headed to the moon. To the other side of this, bearish divergence will basically be if the MACD is again crossing below your signal line and the MACD line is spacing out further and further apart from the signal line, showing you that we are going to be into a bearish downtrend. The price is going to decrease. It's going to signal to you that you should probably get into puts, start shorting, get your Michael Burry on. Altogether, guys, the MACD is going to be one of the most useful indicators that you can have in your tool belt as a beginner, trader, or investor. If you want to figure out if the overall stock market is showing a bullish trend or a bearish trend, the MACD. If you're looking at a certain stock and you want certain buy and sell signals triggered for you, the MACD. You want to become a better trader altogether, you need to make a better decision on how to see if the markets are going in your favor or in the direction that you think, MACD. So that's it, everybody. That's the MACD. That's the moving average convergence divergence. Now, if you all want to learn a little bit more about different indicators and how these can help you, having them in your arsenal in terms of maximizing gains, being able to spot high probability setups with your trading, check out this video right here. Check it out. It'll really help out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned a little something. Share this video if you did. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.